Manga-Waido.
I work for a cosmetics company. I originally wanted to work in the beauty industry, and I'm very happy with the relatively pleasant work environment. But that doesn't mean there are no problems at work.
Morning.
Good morning. This is my colleague, Naomi Kudohara. She's always confident and very feminine, in both a good way and a bad way. Wait, could that be the new Prada bag?
You noticed? It's so cute. I just had to have it.
Wow, that's amazing! It's a limited edition bag that's hard to find!
I'm always attracted to new releases and limited editions. I never want to hold back on something I want.
Naomi is always surrounded by her female colleagues who look up to her, and girl talk is always going on. If it were just this, it wouldn't be a problem.
Hanamoto-san, you always dress so conservatively, don't you? Why is that?
I'm holding off on brand name things right now.
What? You mean you can't afford it?
Poor thing.
Oh, I did it again. I'm so straightforward that I say things out loud.
You're just insensitive. Yes, Naomi always treats me like I'm poor in every way. It's true that I'm not spending money on work clothes now because I've been saving money as a priority. But I didn't deserve to be called poor. Rumor has it that she used to harass certain people in her various previous departments as well. I guess she thinks of the previous victim and me as just a toy to be played with.
You're not Minsta Hanamoto-san?
No, I'm not. I just don't want to tell you.
Hanamoto-san doesn't seem to have a very attractive personal life, so it makes sense.
She talks hatefully without hesitation. Whenever she has free time, she often goes out of her way to approach me from a distant seat and mess with me.
What? Hanamoto-san? You brought your own lunch?
Is something wrong?
No, I just thought it was amazing. I mean, you could have a delicious lunch for only 1,000 to 2,000 yen. Waking up early just to make homemade food is not worth it and just miserable, don't you think?
Once before, I had asked her to watch her mouth. However...
Hanamoto? Just because Kurohara's cute doesn't mean you should take it out on her.
What? On the contrary, she told the boss a lie about me and turned me into the bad guy. Naomi, who was popular with men, had her boss on her side as well. She's the kind of woman who's smart only in these kinds of situations. It makes me angry, but just a little longer. Patience, patience. In fact, my boyfriend proposed to me the other day, and I'm planning to leave the company for good. And when the wedding was officially on the horizon, I told my boss. The day after that...
That's all for the morning meeting. And I have a report from Hanamoto-kun.
It's a personal matter, but I have decided to get married. With that, I will be leaving the company in 2 months. Although it is still a long way off, I would like to ask for your kindness and cooperation until the end. Warm applause and congratulatory words went around. But after all, Naomi wasn't having it.
Hanamoto-san has a boyfriend? I thought you never had a boyfriend before.
Suddenly, everyone around freezes. Of course they would. Of course they would. I guess people don't know her true face because she usually harasses me where people can't see, like in the locker room or the restroom.
I mean, what happened to your engagement ring? I don't see it.
I thought about it too. It's very important to me, so I wear it only in private.
It would be embarrassing if it was a cheap one, right?
Naomi's laughter echoes.
Kurohara? Isn't that a bit harsh?
Yeah, that's a bit too much.
Kurohara, no matter how envious you are, that's just too desperate.
What?
Naomi was upset by the unexpected blowback from those around her that even her ears turned red. It seems that the male employees, too desperate, hit the nail on the head. Perhaps sensing a change in the wind within the department, she stopped harassing me after that. I wonder if the insensitive woman lost interest in one-upping a woman who was going to be gone away. Surprisingly, 2 months passed peacefully, and I resigned as planned. Time passed, and a few years later, married life was going well, and thankfully we had a child. The Takamiya family became a family of 3. Our daughter Iori is growing up nicely, and our life was a happy one.
Hey, let's buy a house soon. Aoi will be in elementary school next year.
That's true. Then I'd rather buy a mansion than a house. How about this mansion that's going to be built soon? I suggested a tower mansion under construction in the next ward. A 50-story high-rise mansion is going to be built, and the applications are already pouring in as it is a popular city. I heard that there are nearly 100 times as many applicants as the number of people who applied for every room. We're not in a rush to move, so why don't we take a look?
Yeah, the location isn't bad either. Might be good.
Yay! We're moving in!
After a preview, we applied for it with nothing to lose.
Wow, lucky me!
To my surprise, we were chosen! Things went smoothly, and my family and I decided to go to the house for a briefing about moving in and a lottery for a parking space. After completing the registration, we entered the building and found it crowded with potential tenants. Oh, it's a huge crowd.
It's like a theme park.
Although overwhelmed, as we were trying to kill some time by taking a tour around the area until the briefing session started.
Oh, wait! Hanamoto-san?
Kurohara-san? I suddenly heard a voice behind me and turned around to see that Naomi-san was standing there.
Oh, I guess you are Takamiya now. This is my husband and my son, Rizumu.
The husband who greeted me was surprisingly an ordinary man who seemed to have common sense. Hello.
What? You know her?
Yeah, a little, from the last workplace.
I never thought I would see you here again. I'm so surprised. But I really admire you. You work so hard to live in a place like this.
It's not like that.
It's okay, don't be embarrassed. But you worked very hard. Even though you're poor, it must have been hard saving up. Were you able to live like a normal person?
I guess she hasn't gotten over her one-upping habit.
Hello. You look so cute in your little outfit. Oh, that's from Puppery, isn't it? From 3 seasons ago, I think. Where did you get it secondhand? On Berkari? What? How can you make her wear someone else's secondhand clothes? Isn't it filthy? I would never let my child wear that.
She laughed triumphantly, perhaps noticing the bizarreness my husband and her husband also froze.
What is it all of a sudden? Naomi, what's wrong? That's a terrible thing to say.
When told that, Naomi suddenly changed.
I was humiliated because she set me up.
Huh?
Since she quit, I've been labeled as a slut and lost my place in the company. I'll never forget this grudge.
I didn't do anything.
Huh? You can say whatever you want. Anyway, I'll never forgive you. This is a tower apartment for rich people like us, not for poor people like you. Did you hear that? A corner unit on the top 50th floor is rumored to be 300 million. It's a different world for poor people. Do you understand?
I don't need you to tell me what to do. Let's go.
Oh, are you trying to run? Oh, yeah. Tell me where you're going to live. I see there's a few cancellations, so I'll just move into the room right above yours.
I don't think that's a good idea.
What? Where I live is my business.
Hey, Naomi.
She's completely out of control. She ran up to the man working at the reception desk, not listening to the voices around her.
There are a few rooms that are canceled, aren't there? I want to change my room.
I'm sorry, but even if you say that all of a sudden...
If the rooms are full, you could just exchange them for our room.
We can't just do that all of a sudden.
You can negotiate, can't you? You're useless anyway. I have to be right above that person's room.
I'm sorry, we can't do that.
Why? Don't just say something like that without checking.
There is nothing to check, as there is no living space on the rooftop.
Rooftop?
Yes, Takamiya-san's roof is on the top floor, so if it's above that, it would be on the rooftop.
Top floor? What? Are you kidding me? Or is this some kind of prank?
No jokes, no pranks, just facts. I showed her the card with the room number on it, and it was given to me upon entry. She finally believed it, and was so upset that it was pathetic to watch.
You might be getting ahead of yourself winning the lottery, but you better start shopping for something a little more appropriate for your worth. Look, you see that over there? That's Aki, the model. Only high-class people like that are allowed to live here.
Aki-san is a celebrity model who is in demand in magazines and on TV. She is the mother of 2 children and is also currently active as a TV personality. Her name was called out so loudly that it seems to reach Aki-san's ears, and she came closer. Oh, Takamiya-san! Aki-san! You're in a wide residence too? Yes, it's more convenient for us if we move regularly.
No way! You two know each other?
Aki-san is a client of my company.
My company?
Yes, in fact, I now own an aesthetic salon. It all started with my mother's small salon. My mother, who was a professional esthetician, had a small store while raising me as a single mother. She had been trained by my mother since she was a student, so she was able to take over the business smoothly. And after she retired, the store was renovated and reopened. This was actually what I had originally saved for during my previous job. Then, with the help of her husband's connections, she changed her business policy and succeeded in attracting celebrity customers. The salon has been featured in the media from time to time as a salon where celebrities and executives visit in secret. Oh, Aoi, you're wearing my child's hand-me-downs. I'm so happy. That's right, it's her favorite. Oh, right. I also have some boys' clothes. Would your acquaintance be interested in having them?
What? I'm so happy.
But she's not the type to accept hand-me-downs. She says it's filthy and miserable, right? Oh, you're quite cynical, aren't you? Oh my, I'm sorry. Well, I have to go now. I'll make another appointment for next week. Yes, I'll be waiting for you. Aki-san left like a storm. Naomi, who had been so loud a moment ago, had her face scrunched up and became completely quiet.
Hanamoto is the owner of a high-end salon? I'm being cynical? What? What?
Naomi dropped the brand bag in her hand, perhaps in shock. Then Rizumu said, "Oh, Mom, you dropped your bag. If it's dirty, we can't sell it at a high price. You're gonna sell it and buy a new bag, right?" With an innocent smile, he picked up the bag.
Rizumu, you don't have to say anything.
Hey, Naomi, about the mansion purchase. Maybe we should think about it a little bit more? Anyway, let's go home.
What? What are you talking about?
My wife was very rude to you today. I apologize. Please don't be offended. Now then.
And so, Naomi and her family declined the information session and left. After that, Naomi and her family canceled the purchase of the mansion. Sometime after the move, I happened to run into an acquaintance from a previous job in town. According to what she told me, Naomi was divorced after that. Not only was Naomi's character exposed, but it also came to light that she had borrowed a large amount of money without telling anyone, and her husband finally ran out of love for her. The custody of Yume had been transferred to her husband, and she is now living in a shabby apartment. I wondered what Naomi, who had lost everything because of her vanity, was doing now to make her life worth living. I couldn't help but giggle as I recalled the days of Naomi when she was a vivacious woman.